Hey there, welcome to your Wild Spirit reading for this week. I'm Lisa Jamis, your tarot reader. I am the founder and the host of the Wild Spirit Society. We're still up and running. You can join anytime. It's $20 Canadian a month, a bargain. And by the way, it'll be going up in price in the new year. So if you want to lock it in at $20 a month, you want to do that. Trust me. We do lots of fun stuff in there. In fact, tonight we're doing our July live Zoom one-on-one readings. So everybody hops in there in the membership and I do one-on-one readings. Sometimes it's like 2 hours. It's super awesome. And every single Friday morning you get 2 extended recording video readings to choose from. So similar to this is like a 5-minuter. But if you join, you get the extended readings, which are around anywhere between 12 to 18 minutes, or 12 to 20 minutes long every single week. So would love to have you in the society. We're starting a book club in September, Wild Spirit Reads. So I'm super excited about that. And also Dabbler to Diva, my beginning tarots course, level 1 and level 2. I only now teach inside the membership. I do not teach it to the public anymore. And you get 20% off all of my readings when you join. So there really is, why wait? Just do it now. But for now, I'm excited to do your reading for this week. So there isn't really a theme for this week. I know I do have a lot of themes when I do my Wild Spirit readings inside the membership anyways. But for you, for today, I just kind of wanted you to reflect on what do I need to know most about right now? Just whatever comes through. And a lot of times, we have no idea really. Some people will say to me, Lisa, I just would like a general reading. And I'm like, those are the best, because then whatever needs to come up from your subconscious and your intuition is what needs to be addressed and dealt with. And a lot of times we have no conscious awareness of what that is. That's the truth of it. So let's dive in, shall we? I use 2 decks now in my professional readings. I use the Rider-Waite, Universal Rider-Waite, and I also use the Light Seers Tarot, which is very fast becoming my most favorite. I love it so much. So I'm using those 2 decks for you today. So recent past, 5 of Cups. It looks like you're coming out a bit of a grief period, a bit of a woe is me, feeling sorry for yourself. I'm sorry, but this is kind of a Eeyore almost energy. You can see he's focused on the cups that have spilled here. Everything that's gone wrong, everything that's not working, he's just hyper focused on it. And guess what it's making him? Depressed. He's depressed. He's depressed. He feels hopeless. It's actually a pretty heavy duty energy. And what he's forgetting is the 2 cups that are up behind him, that are full and upright and positive and working. And if he would just like lift his head up and look back, he'd go, oh, actually things are not as bad as they seem. But sometimes we can get caught in this very depressed loop where we're just reinforcing everything that's going wrong. And this card has literally changed people's lives. It's changed my life. In fact, I need to see that card today because even, myself, I will sometimes focus on what's not working and what's like terrible and what's like blah, and we can that's all we'll see. Because believe me, what you look for, you will find. You know how when you were a teenager, well, okay, let's say you're a teenage girl. When I was a teenager, and let's say I had a crush on a boy. Let's say we were 16 and he happened to own a white van or whatever, a white car, let's say. Suddenly, when you know it, there's white cars everywhere. Never knew there were so many white cars in the world. Why is that? Well, because my subconscious is now attached a meaning to white car. So now I see white cars everywhere more than ever. Just try this experiment for yourself. It's really powerful. Just imagine attaching a meaning to something, like a red car, for example. Suddenly you'll notice red cars everywhere. This is not an accident. This is where our subconscious mind works. It likes to pull out patterns of what we're seeing and tries to make sense of the world. So when we look for negative things and bad things, guess what? You're going to find them. You will always find them. And so if you look for positive things and things that are working, you're going to find more of those. And this is part of what a gratitude journal is. So if you haven't practiced gratitude, I highly recommend it. It is literally, there's been lots of research and science done around how it can rewire your brain and get those neural pathways to a more positive place. So do try it. I haven't done it in a while. I think I'm going to try it again because I did it a few years ago when I was in a really dark place and it changed my life totally. So here's the Light Seers version of that. Same kind of vibe here. She's focusing on all of the cups that are draining into this abyss and ignoring the fact that there's this beautiful cup right behind her that's full of all this light and love and yumminess. So you're just coming out of this though. Right now, things are actually feeling pretty stable. 10 of Pentacles is right now in this moment. So 10 of Pentacles is when we have reached the final stages of building a foundation for family, for house, for home. Could be a work-related thing, but things right at this moment, it looks like you've come out of this period of grief. I think you've shifted this for yourself, and that you're really looking at things more positively. And what's great about that is it leads right into the third card, which is a major arcana. So listen up. So, you know, you may have heard me tell you this before, but there's major arcanas and there's minor arcanas in the deck, right? There's 22 major arcanas in a tarot deck. Those, when you get them, mean that you need to pay close attention to this reading. So you have 1 out of 3 cards as a major arcana, this one here. So what they oftentimes represent is that you, in some area of your life, whatever this is bringing up for you, that you are in a major transition time or a turning point. I feel like this is it's also can mean a life lesson or a reoccurring theme, and that's what I think we're dealing with here, is that you are getting caught up in an old story that you've been telling yourself over and over, and that this old story, and I feel like it's a victim mentality. This is hard to hear, I know, I'm sorry. We all do it though. We all get caught in that victim mentality. Poor me, woe is me, this always happens to me, loop, 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 loop. And so when we get this life lesson dropped in, and what the life lesson is trying to show you, that no matter what the context is that there's a certain part of your mechanism of your mind that clicks into this gear that is like, I'm going to be pulled downward, downward, downward. I'm just going to be pulling down, down, down. And I think a part of that is very addicting, which sounds kind of weird, but we get very familiar and used to that feeling. And it's almost like it has its own energy. It almost energizes us in a way that we're familiar with. So it feels good in a warped, twisted kind of way. But what the cards are suggesting that you do is just revisit this pattern, this tendency, because it really is not good for you. And so the Wheel of Fortune is exactly this. I keep visualizing this like spinning vortex that's pulling you downward. And so the Wheel of Fortune is just inviting you to consider that this is a lifelong, you keep coming around to the same point in the circle, you know, like you just keep looping to the same point in the circle. And it's time for you to really reclaim that power and stand above it and recognize that now is the time for you to be able to shift that pattern, to shift to the 2 of Cups that are still standing, and just do it in a very intentional way and focus on what's working and what's positive. Okay. Hopefully that resonated with you. I always love to hear from people. And if you are interested in joining the Wild Spirit Society, would love to have you. It would be amazing. You can cancel anytime, of course, but you won't want to because it's so awesome. And tonight we're doing live Zoom readings at 7 p.m. Mountain Standard, private room, so it's not sketchy like Facebook. But this Thursday night I am doing Facebook Live free readings for everyone who joins me on Facebook. And then on Sunday, the Wild Spirit Society, I also do live Zoom readings at 11 a.m. Mountain for people who are in the UK, because we have wild spirits in the society from all over the world. It's a really cool community. You get a private Facebook group, and everybody just loves each other, and they're getting to know each other. And so it's just awesome. So hopefully you'll consider joining us. Anyway, I hope that you liked your Wild Spirit reading. If you're interested in the extended reading for this week, you can join the society at the link below. Have a visit to my website and check it out. And much love to you. I hope you have an awesome rest of your day. See you next time. Bye-bye.